Ready, set, go.
Good morning. I am recording. Okay, good. This is awkward. Yeah. All right. It is Saturday. Go get it. It is Saturday. We are getting ready to go out to some Pennsylvania town that I don't know the name of to get a couple supplies. We need either an AN fitting, like an adapter, or we need a whole new line. That's pretty cool. I just like pulled it out of nowhere, huh? What else? Well, like fluids, some hoses, like lines, vacuum lines, and fuel lines. So yeah, we're gonna, you know, quick supply run. Hopefully it won't take more than like 2-3 hours, and then come back and drop the engine in. So yeah, hopefully we'll get it in there and started today.
Hopefully. That'd be freaking sweet. Hold on, sorry, I'm trying to...
Oh, I'm recording again.
Low seller, time for a job. Then wait, say no?
All right, we just got done with stop number 1. We stopped at a hydraulics and fittings specialist, and they had everything we could possibly need. So instead of running like 2 different hoses or 3 different hoses and 4 different fittings, we're running the same lines, and they look exactly the same, and we're just running 2 fittings, which will simplify the system, and it'll clean it up nice. And that stop was probably our like scariest.
Yeah.
The rest of the stuff like oil and coolant and all that stuff, that's all easy to find. You can find that stuff anywhere. We're headed to somewhere.
PSI and
Oh yeah, Extreme PSI to return the boost controller, because I thought I sold my boost controller, but it turns out that I tossed it in the box with everything that I brought over. So he doesn't need the boost controller anymore, and it'll save him some money.
Yeah. Specifically $115.
$115.
Oh
so
God.
That guy just ran a red light. That's okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see you at the next stop.
Alrighty. Got everything.
We just got done with Advanced Auto.
Yeah.
We grabbed fuel lines, vacuum lines, all the lines.
All the lines.
Yeah, all the little stuff that we need. We still need hardware to bolt this up too. Bunch of hoses. All right, we're back at the house. We finished all of our errands. We've had lunch. Now it's time to get to work. Got our official work gear on, and we're going to get the engine on back onto the hoist. Put the new oil feed line on. What else? And oh yeah, and then we gotta get the car set up too. We're gonna try and pull it out a little bit more and then jack it up. So yeah, we're gonna get to work, and hopefully we'll have it in and running today. It's like, hopefully, yeah. What time is it? It's not even 12 o'clock yet, so we got time. So yeah, let's get to work. $5 Be here a while. It's good enough for us to at least move it back. Oh, it's rotating the wrong way. We need it to rotate the other way. Alright, so we got the tranny bolted up last night. Right now we got the tranny mount back on. We've got the motor mounts on, and we're looping the heater core hoses, because he's not going to use heat. What else? We got the new oil feed lines on, and we're getting there. It's almost ready. Getting there. Almost.
Yeah. What you do is take your oil feed line and put it in the coolant.
Yep.
And then right there, you're going to see more pressure.
How else are you going to cool your oil? You got to put it in the coolant.
Exactly.
Wait. What do you mean it's dead?
What do I mean? The battery's dead. The battery's dead.
What do you mean the battery's dead?
How can I explain this to you differently? The battery is dead. It ceased to live.
It is in.
Bam.
Woo!
Just like that, Sam.
It was fighting us a little bit, and we kind of nicked the pinch weld there, but that's all right.
That's a little hammer.
It's in. Man, the black engine with the pink engine bay looks really good.
Yeah, looks sweet.
I think if you just get like black wires or something,
Yeah.
I think it'll look pretty good. Time to get going.
Get her going.
Because it looks like it's gonna rain soon, and I hope it doesn't, but it's getting kind of cloudy. So, yeah, we're gonna keep going. What's up, dudes? Just finished welding up this dump pipe for Ryan's wastegate. Welds didn't come out too bad for a flux core welder, but yeah, we're just putting right along. Wastegate's on, manifold's on. So next, the turbo's gonna go on. He's working on the fuel lines on the other side of the engine bay, while I'm working on the exhaust side. Just getting this ready. Once the turbo's on, we'll slap the downpipe on, and then we'll start working on intercooler piping.
Hi. Oh man, we're so close.
These look like shit.
No, it's all good. We just want people to show people.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Alright, so we had a quick little crisis averted. I was going to put the turbo on and hook up the return line, and the return line ended up being too short for some reason. I think it was just the flange on the turbo that I was using was slightly longer than the flange that we're using for this turbo, so this line ended up being too short. Mind you, it's currently like 9 o'clock, so we had to run out and find a store that was open that we can either get AN fittings from or a new hose. Luckily, Advanced Auto was open. Grabbed some new hose, and I just hooked up the AN fittings. So now I just gotta put it back onto the oil pan and put the turbo back in and clock it. Make sure that it's perfectly vertical. Almost there. Ryan's getting excited. He's giggling like a little girl right now. He's getting excited. What's up?
I'm trying to think. Should I run these lines, the bottom ones?
If you want to, yeah. I mean, they're gonna need to get run either way.
One goes to boost, which is this. This is fine. It can go to any port?
Yeah, any of the ports. All three of them get the same.
Yeah.
That's your boost gauge?
Yeah.
Yeah, so just run it to the rightmost one, whichever one you could reach.
2,000 years later.
Alright guys, we are calling it a night. It is, what time is it? It's 11:30, and we started, what time did we leave the house?
We left the house at 9.
We left the house at 9 to do our, errands and stuff. So here's where we're at right now. So the engine is in. Transmission is in, drive shaft is in, we're all set down there. Turbo is in, minus 1 bolt and the downpipe. Wastegate is fine, and I made a pretty sweet dump pipe. It wasn't too bad for my first kind of screwing around. The intercooler is mounted. We had to cut a little bit out right here to fit the intercooler piping for the mid-mount setup. Blow-off valve obviously is mounted. Map sensor needs to get plugged in. Radiator needs to be put in. The body harness needs to, we're probably gonna, you know, disconnect it from this plastic and run it underneath, because typically it's run from up here, and we just don't have that kind of room anymore. So yeah, the radiator has to go in, obviously all of the fluids. Pretty sweet Chase Bays power steering kit, but we might have to move it, we'll see. This section right here is all empty now, so we have a lot of room. Everything inside, like the ECU and like interior wiring is put in. We're gonna call it a night because we have to edit, and I take forever to edit, and we all want to shower and go to bed. So we're gonna hopefully get it started tomorrow, if all goes well. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching. We will see you tomorrow. Holla!